friends, and welcome back to the Brockopp side. Men in Black International was directed by F. Gary Gray, and this time we get to see another part of the Men in Black agency. You know, the first three films took place in New York, in their New York office, so to speak, but this time we go to other parts of the world. Primarily, we get to see the London MIB office, where newcomer Agent M, played by Tessa Thompson, gets to team up with seasoned MIB agent, Agent H, played by Chris Hemsworth. They gotta go on this big globe-trotting adventure to find alien stuff, and then there might be a secret mole or somebody hidden in the MIB agency, so they gotta figure that out, and just a bunch of zany, sci-fi, space-related wackiness occurs. So when it comes to the Men in Black movies, I would say that I'm more of a casual fan. You know, I've really enjoyed all three of the previous films, especially 1 and 3. 2 I actually don't remember a lot of, but 1 and 3 I remember enjoying pretty well, so I was looking forward to this movie, and just the idea of seeing Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson back together, that was enough to get me interested to seeing this movie, and by far those two are the best part of Men in Black International. Their chemistry is just so good together, and I also like how they weren't just kind of typecasted as the new Will Smith and the new Tommy Lee Jones. No, these are two separate new agents with their own comedic style and their own personality, so I think that much is great alone. Chris Hemsworth, I was concerned from the trailers that he was just going to be once again typecasted as dopey hot guy, because that's happened to him a few times, and while he definitely doesn't stray far away from that, I think there is more to his character than just washboard abs and little slight incompetence. But here, I think they did him justice pretty well. And seeing some of his funnier moments in Avengers Endgame, it was great to come into this movie and see more of his comedic ability. It's like, yeah, he's actually a really funny guy. He's more than just a pretty face, which is really good. And then Kumail Nanjiani was a really fun alien character named Pawnee. He was just this little tiny dude. He was really funny, he had a nice little comedic relief and good chemistry with Tessa Thompson's character. And I am convinced that if they made toys for this movie, freaking Pawnee, his character's name, would probably be like the #1 selling toy. Okay, probably not. I'm not sure how many kids would want to buy the Kumail Nanjiani alien toys, but still, if they had an action figure of his character, I'd probably buy it. So as far as the villain goes, it's not quite as memorable as the other villains from the other films. You know, the movie does kind of try to mislead you as far as who the main villains are, and the payoff is a little underwhelming, but the villains that they were trying to show were the villains. I thought they actually looked really cool and they were kind of fun, but then they're just gonna get cast aside after a while for the real villain. I'm not gonna get into too much detail here, but you know, the villain, not as strong as some of the other ones, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. There were some fun action sequences, like this one chase through a bazaar in Marrakesh, that was pretty fun. There were some nice, VFX spectacle moments throughout it. But at the same time, these movies are just not quite the same without Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. You know, they truly made the original three their own like that. And while I do give this movie credit, and I appreciate them trying to make this their own thing, with new agents, this whole globe-trotting adventure thing, it just doesn't feel enough, and it really doesn't take many risks in order to properly distinguish this from the other movies. At least Men in Black 3, they tried something a little different with the time travel story and all that, and I actually really enjoyed Men in Black 3, so this movie does play it a bit safer, which I know is going to be a bummer for some, myself included a little bit. Again, I'm not like Mr. Hardcore Men in Black fan here, but ultimately, this movie gave me what I expected from the trailers. Just a fun summer blockbuster movie. It's not gonna make you think or contemplate the meaning of life and, the inevitable heat death of the universe or anything, but it was just a fun time to go see a movie in the late afternoon on a large format screen with the sound all around you, see some cool alien action, some fun comedy with Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson, and this movie was not groundbreaking, but it was enjoyable. So all in all, Men in Black International is nothing particularly groundbreaking, but it's still an enjoyable, fun summer popcorn movie. Which I just said right before I said so on else, so I'm just kind of repeating myself at that point, so that's probably a good time to wrap this up. Although before we wrap things up, there's one final thing I do want to say about this movie. So at AMC theaters, which I went to, they were supposed to be giving out cool Men in Black shades when you saw it in IMAX or Dolby Cinema, but my theater didn't have them. I was looking forward all day to getting those, and they didn't get a shipment of them at all. You guys really dropped the ball on that one. So, those are my thoughts on Men in Black International. If you guys saw this movie, or if you want to become part of a secret alien police agency that hunts down aliens and all that goodness, let me know what's down below, and we'll see you on the Brockopp side.